What's happening, guys? So we're doing Fireknight, the Demonspawn only challenge. So we have a bit of a team thrown together here. May not be accessible to everyone. We do need a lot of damage and we need to be able to do this fairly fast because it is a turn attack. However, I was looking at the points distribution on this, and Fireknight hard, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's not. If you're just going for the points for the tournament, it is probably much more efficient to run 20. Now, I was looking at 25 earlier on, and even the damage on 25 is a lot harder to ramp up. So as you can see, I have plenty of damagers here. I have a couple of good champions, but the main part of this is the two allures. As we know, allure is huge for Fireknight. Now, I have Initwe and Sissia as my only two legendaries. They're not necessary, but you do need somebody that can hit hard to burst through the waves. Magnar is doing some of that for me. But also Sissia is bringing decreased defense and weaken. So if you can get your decreased defense and your weaken somewhere else, you don't need her. I just happen to have her on the team to help me get through the waves. And you can see we'll have it done in sub 50 turns, I hope. 50 on the button. So 50 turns, 1 minute 33, and that gets me 30 points. That's for a single run, not a super raid. So if it was a super raid, we'd be looking at 60 points. Now, what does that look like if we look at the actual tournament itself? Now, because it's Fireknight, you're going to be up against less stiff competition. I'm gonna be thinking. Also, you have the Sand Devil starting tomorrow, and you have the Fusion starting as well soon. So people will be saving a bit of their stuff for that. So you could easily get a top prize here. For that, not that the top prizes are hugely worth going for, but you might get some handy epic relentless gear there. Now, so I think 20 is the best just for the difficulty of Fireknight, because Fireknight hard, you need freeze to be able to decrease the shield turn meter. I don't have that in abundance on the Demonspawns at all. There may be one or two. I think maybe Achak, the Wenderin, but even at that, it's not a reliable resource in the Demonspawn. So that I have. Your account may be different. So I never looked at this really before, but for me, normal mode, 17 to 20, your points range from 15 to 53. So I got smack in the middle there at 30 points for stage 20. And I think that was reasonable enough. So I'll be looking at 60 points a run for this. It's not just as achievable as Dragon. And I think the points are lower because of that as well. So if we're looking at 60 points per super raid, that's 32 points going into the 32 energy, sorry. 32 energy per 60 points. So I'm going to have to spend just under 2,500 energy to max this out. And I will, because I want these, and I want these, and I want these. This is secondary to me, but I want to get those coins for sure, because they are more important the further along your account is. Actually, even early on, they're very important. But I would, if I was you, I would assess on this here where you can maximize your effort versus points. I think hard mode is a no-go if you're going to be doing this for this challenge mode. 25 you might be able to do, or 21 to 24. Actually, let's try 23. The exact same team, and see if we can get better points. Because your energy expenditure goes up. 23 is void, so that's a good middle ground. So let's try this and see what we get here. Because after 20, the difficulty does ramp up significantly. And then with hard, it changes. What you need changes completely. So already you see the waves are a little bit harder to get through. But we still do it with 9 turns. So that's not too bad. But we've no weaken out here yet, as you can see. And we could get into a bit of trouble if these start getting turns as well. So that would be unreliable for me. And we're already up a turn count, 23. It'll be at least 25 by the time we get to the boss, 26. Shield goes up. He has more needed to take the shield down as well. Sissy is a triple hitter, and the 2 allures are as well. And I have Initway set to use his triple hit skill as the first. I have him set to not use it in the previous round as well. So you can see some good hits getting in there, and we've no problem keeping the turn meter down at all. But we're not getting decreased defense all the time, and that's because Sissia's thing, I think, is conditional. But look, we're up at 36 already, and we're over the time that we were. We've just passed turn 50, so we're over that threshold that we're at, and I don't think we gain enough points to, like, the point range, if you remember from what I showed you a second ago, wasn't great enough to account for the longer turn count in this. So this could go, I think this is looking like it's going to go maybe up to 80. Okay, we've decreased defense on now, so that's going to make a huge difference. If Initway gets his triple hitter out now, you'll see a big chunk come out, and there we go. So that made a huge difference and brought it down a lot. We did get 35 points for that. So we've gone from 32 energy for 60 points to 36 energy for 70 points. So yeah, this may still be more efficient energy-wise, but not time-wise. Even if we went, that was stage 23, so there was no affinity matchups there. If we done 21, let's see, that's Spirit, we have Void, we have everything. Allures are important to be strong. Magnar is neutral, and Sissia is weak. So we can't really do that. So 22, Sissia strong, Magnar is weak. That might be our best bet there. Let's just try this real quick. Again, allures are what you want on the team, I think. We want to be able to get the decreased defense and weaken out. Magnar failing to kill there. But we might, this is on the same point range as 23. Turn count 9 again. Let's see if we can do a bit better overall though. They will be a bit less tanky. But we're killing them one by one, which isn't ideal. We need to get the decreased defense and weaken out there, which is a problem of this. Okay, we have the HP burn out there. There's the weaken and decreased defense. A nice AoE now would serve as well. There we go. There was HP burn on, so Magnar, that's a problem for me, because Magnar won't do his double hit if the HP burn is out on the enemy champions. So that's something to watch out for too. Okay, so shield down. Decreased defense on is huge. No weaken as yet. There's the weaken now. So this will be much quicker than the previous one. So we will get more points for it, I hope, I think. This is looking good. If we get back round to Anithwa's triple hitter now, this will be game over, and we'll be 50. Yeah, there we go, 57. So for 37 points, that vastly improves our ratio over 20. So I'll probably run 22, me myself. So that's my team. We have blessings, we have ascensions, we have empowerment, we have all of that going on, and they are decent builds as well, guys. Decent-ish. It depends who I'm talking to, whether these are decent or not. These are far beyond what some people can do, and then other people will look at these and go, what, this is child's play, you know. So Anithwa's is fairly decent here. A lot of Merciless going on, so he has 6-piece Merciless for the Ignore Defense. We have some of the gear leveled up. I actually only got this piece today and leveled it up and got lucky with the empowerment as well. We have good boots there. Again, good ascension on them. Again, I got lucky with those today, with rolling those up today, rather. Then looking at his total stats, we can see, like I said, very good. Over 7,000 attack, 100 crit rate, and 300 crit damage, and 249 speed. Then Sissia, he's in Soul Reap as well. Anithwa should always be in Soul Reap. He's made for it. Sissia is built with the Optimizer as well, and she's built for survivability and accuracy, with being the fastest on the team, because I wanted her to get her decreased defense and weaken out there. And that's conditional of HP burn, which is why she's not landing it a lot of the time. I should have her maybe starting off with this and then going with that, but I have the Allures there who place decreased defense as well, so it's a bit of a, you know, we have to pick and choose what we go with, because they are challenge rules. So accuracy 348, speed 255, and good health and defense there as well. Although health and defense maybe not so important if you're getting through the waves and all that quick enough, and you're making sure the boss isn't taking a turn. This is actually allure number 2, because I empowered the wrong one when I was doing it. She's built actually for a little bit of damage, so I have her crit capped and I have a little bit of crit damage out there. Then she's built with speed at 237 and a lot of accuracy at 464, and that's primarily to help out against Dark Fae a lot of the time. She's in a mixed pot of gear, nothing special really going on there, not booked at all. She has a Blessing and Phantom Touch. She has some masteries, but not, you know, she's not booked out. It would be much faster, I think, if she had War Master or actually Giant Slayer on her A1. Magnar, I've just rebuilt before this as well, and I happen to have some Instinct lying about that I hadn't used for anything, so that has gone on him there. The Ascensions are on, but they're not actually helping him at all. Maybe the HP a little bit. None of the Ascensions really doing much for him there either. So his total stats: 86k HP, 2,500 defense, 104 crit rate. So that's a little bit over 278% crit damage. Masteries down to Helm Smasher. And yeah, he's looking good. I need to roll this up. He can get a bit more in the way of HP percent and HP, so he could be better. And then finally, allure number 2. We have built for a bit of damage as well, but like allure is never going to be your damage dealer. She is built in whatever I had damagey. 251 speed, crit capped, and 186 crit damage, and 362 accuracy. Now, with both of the allures, you don't need to build any damage on them. If you're struggling, just build them with speed, accuracy, and crit rate. And the reason you need crit rate is attacks 3 times at random, and decreases the target's turn meter by 25% on each critical hit. So she has to have 100% crit rate, guys. Don't forget that. This one is actually mastered out, and like I say, I empowered the wrong one by mistake before. So that is the team. She also has cruelty, which knocks the defense down a little bit as well, guys. So every little bit helps with the speed. That is the team, guys. That's my comp for this. Let me know what comps you have in place. Actually, you can see my comp there for the dragon one that was just on as well. That's what I was using, a lot of poison on HB burn, and George doing a bit of damage. But that's my comp for the Demonspawn Fireknight tournament. Let me know what you think. It's not going to be accessible to everybody, but the methodology is there. Turn meter controls, debuffer, and then damagers for the waves. That's what you're looking for, and that's pretty much it. As far as the Demonspawn goes, I think Allure is pretty much it for the Demonspawn faction. If we look at this, let's see, include everybody we have, and Demonspawn, and effects, negative effects, and then decrease turn meter. So actually, yeah, one more there. I wouldn't go with Countess Lix, even though she's class. Skimfos is really good, and I know he gets the decreased speed on, and he also transfers a load of debuffs and does decrease attack. But I think it's this here. Steals 100% of the target's turn meter if this attack is critical. So you could use him for the boss as well. Because on a 3-turn cooldown, he'll steal the whole turn meter and get back around to this fairly quickly. So he's quite good for that too. I know Hell Hades in one of his free-to-plays was using him and found him quite good at the time. So that's it, guys. That's my team. Let me know, as I said before, what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll chat to you in the next one. Bye-bye.